My child, stop what you're doing and listen to me. For this moment, silence every other voice and let mine reach the deepest part of you. I have waited for you to hear these words, not as a sermon but as a revelation from my heart to yours. I've made a decision about you. Yes, before the world formed, before your first breath, I decided something eternal concerning your life. This is not a moment for curiosity. It is a divine summons. What I am about to speak will rewrite how you see yourself, how you see me, and how you walk from this day forward. Listen closely, for heaven itself bears witness to this truth. You are the one I have chosen. Before time breathed its first whisper, before the galaxies took their form, I already had you in mind. I thought of you, not as a passing idea, not as a possibility, but as a certainty wrapped in my eternal will. You were not born out of randomness, you were born out of decision. My decision. Every pulse of your heart, every fiber of your being, carries the echo of my eternal choice. I decided that you would exist because I desired you to exist. You are not the result of chance, nor are you the consequence of human design. You are the manifestation of my love spoken into time. I looked into the endless void, and I said, "Let there be you." You must understand, my beloved, that my decision about you was not made in reaction to your actions, your choices, or your worthiness. It was made long before the concept of sin or success ever existed. My love for you did not begin when you believed in me. It began when I believed in you. I saw your life stretched out like a tapestry before me. The laughter and tears, the triumphs and failures, the faith and the doubt. I saw it all, and still, I said, yes. My yes was not hesitant, not uncertain, not temporary. It was the eternal yes of a creator who knew exactly who you would be and loved you all the same. When you question your value, when you wonder why I have not forgotten you despite your flaws, remember this: I do not make random decisions. Every decision I make carries purpose, and my purpose in you runs deeper than your understanding. I decided you would bear my image, even when you do not feel worthy of it. I decided you would carry light, even in seasons where darkness presses close. I decided that no failure could define you, because my grace would forever redefine you. You often look at your life as if you are trying to earn a place in my plan, but my decision about you is not something you can earn. It is something you receive. It is not fragile. It cannot be revoked by your mistakes or altered by time. I have not changed my mind about you. Every breath you take, every sunrise you see, is my reminder that my decision stands firm. The world may reject you, people may misunderstand you, and even you may struggle to believe in yourself. But I have already spoken a decision that no one can overturn. You are mine, not by accident, but by intent. So when you feel unseen, remember this: you were seen before the world was formed. When you feel forgotten, remember, you were remembered before memory itself existed. I have made a decision about you, and that decision is eternal. It is love, unchanging and everlasting. You are the fulfillment of what I decided long ago, that you would exist, that you would be loved, and that you would be mine forever. Before your lips ever formed my name, I had already whispered yours into eternity. You think you found me, but beloved, I was the one who found you first. You did not stumble upon my love by accident. You were drawn to it by design. Every stirring in your heart that made you long for me was my gentle call echoing through the chambers of your soul. Before you ever lifted your eyes toward heaven, I was bending low to reach for you. I knew every path you would take, every detour, every wrong turn, and yet I still said, "This one belongs to me." You are not merely loved, you are chosen. You are not merely wanted, you are appointed. My choosing was not a reaction to your devotion. It was the cause of it. It was my spirit that stirred your hunger for truth, that awakened your desire to know me. When you cried out for meaning, that was me placing eternity in your heart. Do you remember the times you felt alone, yet something inside you refused to give up? That was my voice, hidden within your persistence, calling you back to the place where you belong. You may think your faith began the moment you believed in me, but the truth is, it began the moment I believed in you. Before you were capable of understanding me, I decided that you would carry my reflection, that you would bear the imprint of heaven in a human frame. I have always been your beginning, and I have always been your destination. The pull you feel toward me is not the beginning of a search. It is the response of your soul to being known before time began. Even when you ran, I ran after you. When you doubted, I stood near. When you silenced your prayers, I still listened for the cry beneath your silence. I chose you not because you were strong, but because you were precious. I chose you not because you were perfect, but because you were mine. My choice did not depend on your worthiness. It defined it. Every flaw, every fracture, every fear was seen, and yet my choice remained unshaken. My love was never conditional, it was covenantal. My choosing was not a moment. It is a movement that began before creation and continues even now. So when you feel distant, when shame tries to convince you that you have lost me, remember this truth. You cannot lose what was decided before time. You did not choose me to make yourself worthy. I chose you to remind you that you already are. You are not chasing me. You are returning to the one who has always called you by name. When I looked upon you, I did not see a reason to condemn. I saw a reason to redeem. I could have judged, but I chose to love. I could have counted your sins, but I chose to cover them. My decision about you was not fueled by anger. It was fueled by compassion. You live in a world that measures worth by performance and affection, by perfection, but my kingdom is different. In my realm, love precedes correction, mercy precedes justice, and grace outshines failure. I did not send my son to expose your shame. I sent him to remove it. My heart was never to punish you, but to pursue you until you remembered who you are in me. Every act of mercy you have experienced, every breath of forgiveness you have received, is a testimony that my decision was not judgment, it was love. You must understand, I am not indifferent to sin. I am greater than it. Judgment was the consequence, but love became the cure. I took upon myself the penalty that should have been yours, not to prove your guilt, but to prove my love. The world has told you that love is fragile, that it can be broken by failure or withdrawn by disappointment. But my love is made of eternity. It cannot be altered by your mistakes. When you failed, I didn't withdraw. I leaned in closer. When you doubted, I didn't grow silent. I spoke through grace. I have never been against you, even when you were against yourself. The voice that condemns you is not mine. The whisper that says you are too far gone is not my spirit. I am not waiting for you to become flawless. I am waiting for you to trust that you are forgiven. I have seen every shadow in your heart, and I have still chosen light. I know the depths of your struggle, and I still call you beloved. My love is not the absence of truth. It is the presence of redemption. I do not overlook what is broken. I restore it. When I said I love you, I meant it beyond your best days and your worst. I meant it in your rebellion and your repentance alike. So when guilt tries to whisper that you've gone too far, remember that love already crossed the distance. My decision about you is sealed in blood and written in eternity. I love you first, I love you still, and I will love you forever. Judgment was never my intention. Love was always my plan. I saw you, all of you, and still I said yes. Before you ever lifted your eyes to me, I saw the tears you would shed in secret, the mistakes you would repeat, the battles you would lose, and still I chose you. I did not flinch at your weakness. I did not hesitate at your humanity. I looked upon your frailty, your confusion, your wandering heart, and I said, "This one is worth it." My yes was not fragile. It was forged in divine fire. I knew what it would cost me to redeem you, yet I did not waver. The cross was not a backup plan. It was the evidence of my decision. I loved you with full knowledge of every failure you would commit, every prayer you would abandon, every moment you would question me, and I still called you mine. When you fall, you assume I am disappointed, but I am not surprised. I am not caught off guard by the struggles that catch you unaware. I saw every weakness before it touched your life, and still I wrapped destiny around you. You think weakness disqualifies you, but it is often where I do my greatest work. My strength is not something you earn, it is something I lend. Every time you come to me trembling, I do not see defeat. I see trust. Your brokenness does not repel me. It draws me closer. I am not seeking perfection from you. I am shaping it within you. My grace does not ignore your weakness. It fills it. You are too hard on yourself, beloved. You measure your worth by your strength, but I measure it by my choice. I did not choose you because you were strong. I chose you because my power would make you strong. The world may turn away when you falter, but I remain. I do not reconsider my decision when you fail. I reaffirm it. I knew your weakness before you were formed, and I still placed greatness within you. My yes over your life remains, not because you are flawless, but because I am faithful. You will rise again, not by your might, but by mine. You will walk through the fire, and I will be with you. You will fall short, and I will lift you up. You are not defined by what you cannot do. You are defined by what I have already done. So rest in this truth. I saw your weakness, and I still decided yes, and my yes has never changed. I did not whisper my love for you in secret. I shouted it from a cross. The world saw wood and nails, but I saw a throne and a victory. The cross was not an accident of history. It was my deliberate declaration that you are worth everything to me. When I stretched out my arms, I was not just embracing suffering, I was embracing you. Every drop of blood was a sentence written in eternal ink. I choose you. I could have spoken the word and ended the pain, but I stayed because my love demanded proof. I wanted the world, the heavens, and even the depths of darkness to know that my decision about you was final. You are not a forgotten soul wandering in a broken world. You are the reason heaven intervened. The cross was my covenant made visible, my yes displayed for all creation to see. Do you understand, beloved? I could have redeemed you with a word, but I chose to redeem you with my life, because I wanted you to never doubt your worth again. When you look at the cross, see not defeat, but devotion. It was there that I took every accusation against you and nailed it to silence. I carried your shame so you could walk free. I bore your rejection so you could stand accepted. The pain that pierced my flesh was not stronger than the love that held me there. And no one took my life from me. I laid it down willingly for you. And when the world mocked, I thought of you. When they spat upon me, I remembered your tears. When they pierced my side, I saw your heart and decided once more, you are worth it. So now, when you question if I care, when you wonder if I'm still near, look again to that cross. It stands as the eternal reminder that I would rather die than lose you. It is not a symbol of sorrow, it is the testimony of triumph. You were not purchased with silver or gold, but with the price of my own blood. The cross was my announcement to the world and to every power of darkness that my love cannot be defeated. So, when you see it, don't just see pain, see my promise. I have made a decision about you, and that decision is forever. You are not a fleeting thought in my mind, you are an engraving upon my heart. I have carved your name into the palms of my hands, not with ink that fades, but with the scars of redemption that will never be erased. Every time you think I've forgotten you, look at those hands. They bear your memory, your story, your value. I did not write your name in pencil to be erased by your failures or rewritten by your doubts. I inscribed it with permanence, sealed it with love, and surrounded it with grace. The world may overlook you, people may forget your worth, but I never will. My remembrance of you is constant, my awareness of you never flickers. Even when silence surrounds you, I am still mindful of every breath you take. You are not lost in the crowd of humanity. You are seen in the center of my heart. When you weep, I am moved. When you rejoice, I delight with you. You have never been invisible to me. I have watched over you in the moments you thought no one noticed, in the quiet places where you hid your pain. I have carried every prayer you whispered into the night, even the ones you believed were too small for me to hear. And every time you feel forgotten, I whisper again, I have engraved you in my decision. My covenant over you is not subject to time or trial, it is bound to eternity. You may have walked through seasons where people left you, where promises were broken, where loyalty failed, but I have never withdrawn mine. My love is not fragile. It does not weaken with your weakness or falter with your fear. I have written your name upon me, and nothing can remove it. Every scar I bore on Calvary became the eternal testimony that you are not forgotten. You are forever marked by love. So, when shame tells you that you are disqualified, when fear tells you that you are replaceable, remember what I said. You are mine. You are not an afterthought. You are a masterpiece carried in my hands. You are not drifting through life. You are engraved in the heart of the Almighty, and I will never let you go. I did not choose to remain distant, watching your life unfold from the heavens. I chose to walk beside you. I am not the silent observer in your story. I am the present companion in every step you take. I decided that my presence would not merely visit you in sacred moments, but dwell with you in the ordinary ones. I am not waiting for you to reach perfection before I come near. I am with you now, in the laughter that fills your home, in the tears that wet your pillow, in the quiet moments when you feel unseen. I am not far away, I am Emmanuel, God with you. I walk with you through valleys, not just mountaintops. I share your burdens, not just your victories. When you feel like the road is too long, remember that I am the strength beneath your steps. When you face storms, I am not shouting directions from afar. I am in the storm with you, speaking peace over the waves. I have felt your pain. I have carried your sorrow. Every season you have endured, I have been there, not just as a witness, but as a helper, a friend, a father. You were never meant to walk alone. You may not see me with your eyes, but you can feel me in the stillness that brings comfort, in the courage that rises when you think you cannot go on. That is me. My decision to walk with you was not out of obligation. It was out of desire. I wanted to be close. I wanted to dwell among those I love, to share in their joys and redeem their sorrows. I am not just the God of your mountaintops. I am the God of your Mondays, your mistakes, your moments of doubt. I do not simply visit, I inhabit. I have made my home in your heart, and I will never abandon my dwelling place. So, when you feel forsaken, remember, I am not watching you from a distance. I am walking beside you, step by step, whispering, you are not alone. Every accusation that has ever been spoken against you has already been answered by my decision. The enemy stands before you with reminders of your past, whispering words of shame, but I stand above him with the authority of grace, declaring, this one is mine. The accuser points to your failures. I point to the cross. He recites your mistakes. I recite your redemption. You see, I have rendered my verdict long before he began his attack, and my verdict is forgiven. The enemy's voice is loud because he fears what I have spoken over you. He tries to drown out my truth with lies, but my word carries the weight of eternity, and his accusations carry only the dust of defeat. I do not listen to his claims about you, for I have already silenced him with the blood of my Son. Every time he says guilty, I lift my hand and declare, case dismissed. You have allowed the enemy's voice to shape how you see yourself, but I am calling you to remember who defines you. You are not the sum of your past. You are the result of my promise. You are not bound by what was done to you. You are free by what was done for you. Every scar that once reminded you of shame now bears witness to my mercy. I have taken every failure and woven it into a story of grace. The enemy accuses, hoping you will forget that I've already decided your future. I do not sit in judgment over you, waiting for perfection. I sit beside you in love, reminding you that my righteousness covers what your strength cannot. So when the enemy comes whispering, you're not enough, remind him, I was never meant to be, but he is. When he says, you've fallen too far, answer, I was caught before I hit the ground. The blood speaks louder than your regrets. The cross shouts louder than your failures. You are covered in a decision that cannot be reversed. My grace is your defense. I have stripped the enemy of his authority. His words are empty echoes. He cannot change what I have chosen. I have declared you redeemed, and my declaration stands unchallenged. Walk in this confidence. No accusation can stand against a life covered by my decision. My choice overrules every lie, every condemnation, every voice that tries to define you apart from me. You are not who the enemy says you are. You are who I decided you would be. Forgiven, chosen, unstoppable, and mine. You think my decision was made once long ago and then left to stand alone. But no, beloved, I am still deciding for you every day. Every sunrise is a new declaration of my commitment. Every breath you take is evidence that I have chosen again to sustain you. My love is not a distant memory. It is a present action. I am not simply the God of your beginning. I am the God of your becoming. Each day I decide to cover you with mercy, to clothe you with grace, to guard you with peace. Even when you forget me, I do not forget you. My faithfulness does not wait for your perfection. It flows from my nature. I am not watching from afar, hoping you make it. I am actively working within every detail of your life, weaving beauty out of the threads that seem broken. I am not a silent observer to your struggles. When you face pain, I decide to strengthen you. When you are weary, I decide to lift you. When you fail, I decide to forgive you again. My decisions toward you are not reactive. They are redemptive. I see every obstacle, every fear, every closed door, and I decide to open another way. You wonder if I'm still working when life feels heavy, but child, I am always working. You breathe because I decided you would. You rise because I decided hope would not die in you. You are surrounded by my decisions, every heartbeat, every sunrise, every whisper of comfort in your darkest night. You do not live on yesterday's grace. You live on today's decision. I renew it with every dawn, saying, I am still for you. My mercy is not recycled. It is fresh. My love does not fade with time. It grows stronger with your need. Even when you resist me, I still decide to pursue you. Even when you doubt me, I still decide to stay. You may change your mind about me in weakness, but I will never change mine about you in love. Every new day is my way of saying, I still believe in what I began in you. So take heart. Your story is not left unattended. I am not done deciding. I am still choosing you, still defending you, still delighting in you. You are never beyond my decision. You are sustained by it. The wounds you try to hide are not what make you unworthy. They are what make you real, and I am drawn to what is real. You see scars as signs of failure, but I see them as proof that you survived what was meant to destroy you. You think your broken places push me away, but they are the very places where I draw nearest. I have never looked upon a wound with disgust, only with compassion. I do not stand over your pain, judging it from a distance. I kneel beside it, touching the very places you thought no one could heal. You believe your wounds disqualify you from purpose, but they are the evidence that my purpose is already at work. The places you call weakness are the very vessels through which my strength flows. I have never sought perfection in you. I have sought surrender. I am not asking you to hide your pain from me. I am asking you to hand it to me. I can take what is raw, what is bleeding, what is fragile, and turn it into something holy. The scars you bear are not signs of shame but of healing. They tell the world that grace is stronger than pain. I am not finished with your wounds. I am transforming them into wisdom. You see, the very things you thought would end you are becoming the testimony that will lift others. Your story carries power not because it is flawless, but because I have touched it. So stop disqualifying yourself. Stop thinking that your pain makes you less useful to me. I specialize in redemption, not rejection. I am drawn to the broken-hearted because I know how to rebuild what has been shattered. When you look at your scars, remember mine, for it was through my wounds that your healing began. I have sanctified pain by entering into it myself, so now your suffering is not wasted. It is redeemed. You are not defined by what hurt you. You are defined by what I am doing through it. The wounds that once held you captive will one day become the very doors through which others find me. So hold nothing back. Let me touch the places you hide. For what you call broken, I call beautiful, and what you think disqualifies you has already become the evidence that my grace is real. I did not look at you and decide to start over. I decided to start within. My plan was never to erase you and build something entirely new. My plan was to breathe life into what already existed. You see your flaws and wish to become someone else, but I see the beauty that lies beneath the brokenness and choose to bring it forth. I have never been interested in destroying what I created. I am not the God of replacement. I am the God of transformation. You are my creation, and I will not discard what I formed with intention. Every part of you, even the parts you despise, holds potential for redemption. I am not here to remove your humanity. I am here to restore its holiness. What the world calls too far gone, I call a work in progress. When I look at you, I see not a failure needing replacement, but a masterpiece in the making, being refined by grace. I do not transform by force, I transform by love. My spirit works gently, shaping you from the inside out. I touch the hidden places, your thoughts, your motives, your fears, and I begin to change what you cannot reach. You think transformation is a punishment, but it is a promise. I do not demand perfection to begin my work. I begin my work to reveal your perfection in me. Every moment of surrender allows me to mold you closer to what I intended before pain, sin, and fear distorted your reflection. You may not notice it immediately, but my hands never stop forming, never stop healing, never stop purifying. I am creating beauty in your waiting, strength in your weakness, light in your darkest quarters. Transformation is not about becoming someone different. It's about rediscovering who you were always meant to be. So when you say, "I wish I could start over," remember that I already began the process the moment you said yes to me. I am not replacing your story. I am rewriting it with grace. I will use every chapter, the tears, the trials, the triumphs, to shape you into the reflection of my glory. I am not ashamed of your past. I am redeeming it. I am not rejecting your flaws. I am repurposing them. Transformation is not the loss of your identity. It is the recovery of it. Trust me with your process. I am not finished yet, but I am faithful. I am turning your pain into purpose, your confusion into clarity, your mess into meaning. You do not need to become someone else to please me. You simply need to become who you were created to be. And that, my child, is exactly what I am doing in you. Every decision I have made concerning you hath been leading somewhere. I have not been working at random or weaving threads without design. There is a destination to my choosing, and it is called destiny. I did not choose you simply to rescue you from sin. I chose you to release you into purpose. My salvation was the beginning, not the conclusion. I did not call you out of darkness just so you could dwell in the light. I called you into light so that you could be the light for others. Every step, every test, every delay hath been shaping you for this divine unfolding. You have wondered why certain doors closed, why seasons stretched long, why prayers seemed unanswered. Yet behind every silence was my strategy. Behind every delay was my design. I was not withholding from you. I was preparing you. You see, destiny is not something you stumble upon. It is something you grow into. I have been forming your heart to carry the weight of what I intend to give you. You prayed for greatness, but I had to give you humility first. You asked for influence, but I had to build endurance. Destiny cannot be rushed, because character must precede calling. Every moment that felt like a setback was actually a setup for my greater plan. I have been aligning you with divine timing, teaching you to trust me even when the path makes no sense. When you walk with me, every detour still leads to destiny. I waste nothing. Even your pain is prophetic. It speaks of where you are going, not just what you've endured. Do not think that I have forgotten what I promised you. Every word I have spoken still stands. You were chosen for impact, and though you may feel hidden now, hiddenness is not punishment, it is protection. I have placed destiny within you like a seed, and I am cultivating it until the moment of release. You are not behind. You are being built. You are not waiting aimlessly. You are being positioned. When the time comes, the doors I open will not just bless you, they will bless generations through you. So lift your eyes, beloved. My decision for you was never about survival. It was about destiny. You are not just saved, you are sent. And when I send you, no power in hell, no force of man, no shadow of doubt can stop what I have destined for your life. You may have been called many things by many voices, but my final word over you is this: forever mine. No circumstance, no sin, no distance can erase the truth. You belong to me, not because you held tightly to me, but because I have never let go of you. My love is not a temporary shelter. It is an eternal home. When others walked away, I stayed. When you turned your back, I pursued. When you lost faith in yourself, I still believe in what I placed within you. I did not choose you for a season. I chose you for eternity. The covenant I made with you was sealed not with ink, but with blood. It cannot be undone, outlived, or overshadowed. I do not waver in my ownership of your heart. You are mine, and I am yours. You fear that you might lose me, but hear me now. I am not a God you can lose. I am not fragile or fleeting. I am the constant in your chaos, the anchor in your storm, the love that outlasts every failure. Even when your faith falters, my faithfulness does not. You may wander, but my mercy will find you. You may fall, but my hand will lift you. I have seen your darkest nights, and I have already claimed them for light. There is nothing you could do that would make me unlove you, because I do not love you for what you do. I love you because of who you are, mine. So rest in this truth. My claim over your life is eternal. You are not an orphan wandering through time. You are a child held in everlasting arms. I have called you by name and sealed you with my spirit. When I look at you, I see completion, not because you are flawless, but because my love fills every gap. When the world forgets your name, remember that heaven still sings it. My heart will never tire of calling you mine. The final word over your existence is not failure, not lost, not unworthy. It is beloved, redeemed, and forever mine. And when time itself fades, my decision will still stand, unchanging, unbreakable, eternal. Amen.